Howdy there, partner. Welcoming you back to Crypto's Juiciest News. We are seeing a Biddy Coin up at 85,000 American dollars. I can't help but think, friends, is it going to be another CME Gap scam? Remember, the monthly candle of Biddy Coin is now green, which is lovely to see. A lot of people have sold the bottom. You know, I mean, like even like Uncle Bobby sold a third of his Bitcoin. I haven't followed. Many people followed. Many people followed. Even people on my Telegram followed. And that's okay. I said, look, man, I get it. Like, you know, they're really good and they're wise in their experience. It's just, I don't think it's over. Why? Because I think for myself, doesn't mean I'm right. Okay, I'm just a peanut brain. I'm wearing a cowboy hat, but I'm looking at the business ISM here, and I'm not seeing anything that ever went above 50. You ticked above 50, this like scam one, and then basically this is the worst ISM reading in 29 months. You never even had like a fake out alt season, okay? And this is basically what I'm going off, all right? Now, if you think we are literally doomed forever and we're never ever gonna go above ISM 50, okay, but I'm looking at this business cycle, and it's like a sine wave, right? The green line is 52. You just notice it's always around the green line. You're always accelerating above the green line. There are all these deflationary busts, which is exactly what we've gone through. Yeah, we've had a deflationary bust. So I guess instead of a massive recession in 2022, we got this slow burn. That's what we had. That's just pretty much what we've dealt with. And I guess instead of getting that massive recession, the slow burn, we never got like a full-on blitz destruction of the economy and S&P 500. Instead, we got, you know, basically just like slowly going down, up and down. That's a business cycle, right? Now we have Donald Trump in. Hopefully some policies and stuff can reverse stuff, but ultimately it's just a matter of looking backwards and look at that domino that fell on me. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Hopefully we get to reverse that within the next few months, because man, we just sat through 5 red monthly candles. What an abomination. This is pretty cool, right? This is the S&P 500. Look how it closed, man. This is actually man, it went all the way down, dude. And it just, that's actually nice. It literally just farted all the way down and then just did a rocket fart all the way back up. Now, obviously, we always come to this part and people say, wow, one more lower, just one more lower. Yeah, bro, it could be one more lower. It could be. Yeah, it's always, man. It's the stock market, dude. And it doesn't have to be tariff related. It could be something else. Something else can come in and basically just make everybody go skits and blitz. This is the others BTC chart, just a function of Ethereum now. Yeah, man, we need, like, this thing's been just dying forever. Man, like, it's low, but you've known that, dude. It's been low for 15 months. You know, like next time, like you're not going to get markets that stay low for 15 months next time, you know, but who cares about next time? We care about now, don't we? This is another picture of how to look at it. You never know, man. You might actually like reverse it by the end of April and might just go slightly green up here. Got to remember, right? What would be dangerous? Okay, what would be dangerous? Dangerous is 5 green months in a row. In a row. That's dangerous. Okay, that's what happened every single time. Look, we don't know if we're going to get it, but look, that's what happened. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, see? And then it's over. And then also this was DeFi season. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Interesting, it was over. And then also in 2017, this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 6, 6, and this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 5. That was pretty much, that's why it was a bit of a bonker, wasn't it? So pretty much, if you get 5 green months in a row, like you got to get something out. It's like super danger. Just be careful. But like, I just want to show you something as well, friends. There's a complacency rally that happens after them where it continues, right? You have to be careful of that second one. So we're not playing for the second one, even though we're probably going to hold for it. We'll probably have to. Like, how big can the first one possibly be? Like, I hope it shocks all of us. But it is, by the way, you're probably even curious. So, I mean, how can we even be guaranteed that there's going to be 2 old season waves? My friends, there is no guarantee of anything in this life. Now, what I want to actually do is, because I'm very curious as well, we're starting to move up over a weekend. We know it's very gappy and thin. Some tremendous strength fans. Soy is actually high against Ethereum. It's actually come back to the same spot where Trump launched his meme coin, which is fascinating. Okay, so here comes Soy. It's going to be interesting what happens next. But here's the thing. What are you going to buy on Soy? You're going to buy meme coins again? Is a meme coin super cycle again? Is a stable coin super cycle again? So I guess everyone feels lost right now. But it might be that, man. It might be meme coin super cycle, stable coin super cycle. Now what I want to do is show you the Ethereum chart on the CME. Okay? Because we came all the way back. We closed this CME gap from all the way back here. Here it is. It was at 1,440 back in March 2023. We came all the way back and we closed it. We now have one at up here, 1,764. So hopefully meth can go towards it. Right now though, its price is 1,650. So its price is 1,650 up here. There you go. So I guess this is where it's going to gap up. So it's going to gap up here. I wonder what it's going to do. It'd be funny. It'd be funny. Can you please just go down and then pop up so we never have to come here again? Because like we're just starting to get tired of this. Actually been tired of it a very, very long time. If you're curious, man, friends, look at the CME gaps on the way up, by the way. Look at the gaps on the way up. There is a gap, I think here, yes. There's a CME gap at 2,620. And then there's another gap all the way up here at 3,200. So there's just literally just gaps the whole way along the way up. Oh, man, we have a lot of these things to fill up, which is actually kind of crazy to think about how we came all the way back. Man, that's just such a shocker, man. Just like it crushes your confidence to hold anything long term. It really does. Like, bro, you round trip 7 years, man. I don't know if I have 7 years to waste next time. Right? Do you? By the way, we've already wasted 4 or 5 years. You know, we've literally, and I'm just assuming good things are happening in the next 12 months. If they don't, okay, now you've wasted 6 years. 6 years of your life wasted. Low liquidity, dump, actually at a loss. Like if you have to sell, you've actually gone worse than that. You literally just like, you're like negative 2 years. So I'm just assuming you don't have to sell. So man, this industry, man, I know it's fans. It can change your life for better or for worse. That's why it's really important. You got to take the longest term view. That's it. Unless you're one of those sick kids who are trading in and out. But yeah, okay, bro. But obviously, how do people end up long-term trading? How do they end up doing it? It's because they keep long-term investing. Because they keep trading short-term, they get destroyed. And they realize, oh, crap. The guy I was following, he was good 4 years ago. He made his money there. Now he's making little money, but he's still kind of good. He's still okay. He can make money, but like I'm starting with like, you maybe starting with like 50K, and that guy's got like 900K right now. Maybe he can make like 180 to 250K a year trading off that pool of money, and then you can't because that percentage, like you've got 50K, you're trying to make 30% on that for 50% on that. That's 25K in the year if you win, if you're as good as him, which you spend the whole year realizing you aren't. One little slip up of mismanaging risk, and then you basically get destroyed. You end up on CoinFreshens wrecked. That's usually how the story goes. Biddy Coin at $85,000 is very nice. We still have the tulip emoji for Ethereum. I wonder if we ever get rid of that tulip emoji, man, because this has been quite the abomination. This is the weekly candle now. Man, that is a strong. Friends, I'm telling you right now, man, the amount of cuckery, of the amount of people who sold here, they're like, oh man, look at it, it's just funny. It came, believe the cycle once again, it came so close to the weekly super trend. Look how close it came, dude. It literally came within $200 of the weekly super trend. Friends, check it out. It was like, oh my god, it was like 0.39%. They were so sure, weren't they? They were so sure. They were like, it's over. Sommi's nipple tweaking isn't enough. And I said, don't you dare. The nipple tweaking was enough, wasn't it? Was the nipple tweaking enough? You tell me, was it enough? Yes, it was. It was more than enough. Look at this. You could not get a stronger weekly bounce, okay? Right off here. I still maintain that it's a believer cycle. If we're repeating that past stuff, the next zone, let's say where we do make it out of April and we do the buy and may go away. The next zone is this. Let's actually check it out here. Let's actually, you better be careful, friends. Don't use log Fibonacci's. It's a scam, okay? It's 129K, that next zone. Then we have to worry about the scam all over again because now it's actually the perfect trap because everybody wants to sell at 150. Now it's at 129, 130. What happens here? Okay, is it pretty much over or not? Look, show me the business ISM. Show me the business ISM. If business ISM is only around 52 and then backs down to 50, I'm not getting out, whatever, okay? But what would be business ISM what would be the big amount? It would be 55 plus, just to show you. You actually, friends, if you listen to Raoul Powell or the other guys who trade macro, that's how the Crypto calls it, macro. That's what they're looking for. 55 business size, say minimum. Yeah, because once it starts swinging up there, you got a full on. You got like, you know, everybody's like, cool, things are great, everything's great. We've got the 6 to 9 month period. That's ultimately what we're looking for. There could be a fake out though. This keeps me up at night. There are these many periods of history where it fakes out. Okay, so it comes back and then it fakes out. I am just hoping though that this fake out is what we just saw here. That's what I'm hoping. Okay, I'm hoping, see how we came back and smacked down and we came back and smacked down. I'm hoping that's part of our mess. All right, but it is possible we go up here, everyone, we have like one mini alt season and we come back down, everyone thinks it's over again, right? I still keep thinking about, friends, Armadillo, right? My friend Armadillo in April of 2024, April 2024, remember he went on Ivan's show and he said, look, I've got 250K BTC, 25K Ethereum, DeFi 3.0 comes back and everything. He goes, but it's going to take longer than expected. It's not going to be that standard 4-year cycle. He was saying that a year. I wonder, friends. I wonder. But I'll be honest, friends. That Ethereum number, we get too rich off that. Everybody gets too rich because if Ethereum's 25K, it's flipped Nvidia. That's 3 trillion market cap. And if Ethereum is 25K, friends, you have like a $600 chain link. Like, and every other coin is just too high. It's just too high. So I'm like, I want that to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. I feel like more what's going to happen is ETH 10K plus or minus 30%, whatever. And the altcoin Ethereum ratios come back. Like XRP ETH ratio comes back. Link ETH comes back. Aave ETH comes back. Yeah, all the other ETH ratios that they come back, right? And you can see it pretty much by Chainlink, friends. So Chainlink is still cranking on. I actually show you the Link ETH dominance right here. This is it. It's still like you see it's just been climbing around. See, friends, I've had this box drawn like, man, for 3 years, literally 3 years. I've been waiting for this piece of shit to get out of this box to finally, like, it's just the biggest smile up coming up here. Man, friends, I remember Incest Answers was talking about Link ETH at 0.01 all the way in May 2021. I remember his video, Incest Answers. He's like, it's down here. It's too cheap. It's too cheap. He bought it and then he like took a loss down here. Okay, he just took like a 50% loss on that. But I guess it's okay because he's like, he was long soy. But look at everyone else. See, if you're selling something, if you weren't all in on soy, you didn't win. Okay, 2% of the industry was 1% of the industry. Yeah, whatever. So one person out of a room of 100 people, one person had the soy. 99 people chose another wrong thing. So they've taken a loss in something to go buy something else that probably also went down. See how tough it is? So like, if you're selling something, it's hard, man, because you have to sell. You got to catch a fart in a jar twice. Very hard to catch one fart in a jar, right? Which is basically selling one thing and hoping it doesn't go up after you sell, and then you got to get something else which is actually going to go up. That's why it's easier, friends. When you have portfolios, to trim stuff off. Like let's say you've got like 20 coins and like $500 each, and you're like, oh, I want to buy one. What do I sell? Like, why don't you just go to like all 20 coins and peel off like $20 each, $25 each? Just do that, and then you basically just put it in a nice pile out here. Easier to do that rather than just picking. You're trying to pick that one coin because, friends, I'll tell you, man, the day you click sell, something happens. It's like, oh, I've got this guy's soul. We're allowed to go up 350% in the next 2 months now. Where would Chainlink go against ETH? I wonder. I hope it's towards up here where it's Link ETH 0.03. I hope. And then maybe the next bear market comes back down. I don't know. I guess we'll have to decide later on. Remember, when we see that if we see 5 green monthly candles for others BTC, just be careful, right? But then you got to, it's going to be tough, man, because one of them, no, the 2 of them, there were 6. DeFi season had 6 green monthly candles, and then 2017 cycle had 6. It was only in 2021 that we had 5. And you know that a big move can happen at the end. Like, that's another 2x, which is huge at that point, right? So, I know we don't get all the answers, do we? Just some quick news for you as well, friends. So President Pump exempts smartphones, computers, and chips from the new tariffs, which is beautiful. See, friends, it isn't funny, man, because, all right, if you were waiting for him to walk back all the stuff, the stock market's already up, okay? Literally, the stock market's up. So remember the max fee is all over. But look at the S&P 500. Okay, now I'm not going to bottom tick it because you can never pick the bottom, all right? But it went up 14% from that point. But you remember the depths of despair all the way down here. Like, it's already up 7-8%. And that's a lot because, like, some tech stocks, they could have been up 15 to 20% off here. Altcoins, I mean, like, you saw it as well. Let's go just check out, let's say, some PulseChain and stuff as well. Let's go look at it here for some friendship and kindness. Here is PLS back to 0.25x SAC price. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get a bit racist. And we're going to go down here. Okay, we're going to get a bit racist down here. And friends, this is the funniest thing ever, dude. This was, friends, once again, this is, here is the pDAI FUD collapse for PLS. This is Trump's tariffs. How spooky is that, bro? Once again, this is like the 12th time PulseChain ecosystem front runs the whole world on a dump. I'm getting goosebumps. How, bro? It was uniquely pDAI. It had nothing to do with anything else. Nothing. It was the pDAI narrative, Fugazi narrative. Minting, exploit, infinite inflation bug. Bro, it's got 50 million market cap. Okay? It had 100, the tiniest thing. How did this front run, or maybe it was the butterfly effect? How did that happen, dude? You're telling me Trump tariffs mean shit, pDAI narrative means this? Well, I'm just telling you, friends. That's why the stories are Fugazi, man. There's a cohort of people, right? There's strong and there's weak. Yeah, and then these events happen. You know, the sirens go off, cyclone happens, spins everybody around the room. And then it's like, hey, I got to shake out the weak hands now. Just this big monster Godzilla just shaking you. And you're in the room and there's a pinball machine and everything's going upside down. Just shake, 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 shake. Which is fascinating. And so it is fascinating, friends. I've got the two arrows here to show you. This big arrow and the small arrow, the Trump tariffs, man, it's kind of wild. So you did like a massive, you check it out here, drops 40%, and then that one only drops 20%, half the move. And now it's covering back up. So, by the way, this looks like, this is a typical crashing structure. If I just maybe change it up here, yeah, this is what it looks like. It looks like you come down here, and then you do that whole, it looks like, oh, maybe it's bottoming. It looks like it's bottoming up here, and then it actually comes back for one more stab, and then it comes back up here. That's usually, I only look at that because I watch BCB. He's like, oh, yeah, but it's all Fugazi, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's all the candles are green now, now they're red. What are you going to do? This is hopefully the V wank off pattern, which just puts us back up here, and we're ready to go up. Just show you some other PulseChain core coins. Friends, we're all in the same camp, you know what I mean? Everything's correlating on the way down. You have PulseX doing a nice move up. PulseX to Pulse ratio up here. A lot of people want to speculate on this. I wonder what it's going to do. Some people believe, I think I was watching Saint Wolf. Everyone says Pulse is going to rip higher. The thing is, friends, Pulse is, it's like the health bar of the whole ecosystem. So if Pulse goes up, everything's meant to be leverage on it. Okay, it's meant to be. Because we have all the mind share and stuff. It's not like we have 50,000 coins on PulseChain like Ethereum, right? Because, like, you know, Ethereum can go up, but there's a lot of, like, the dead coins that just don't move. I obviously, I don't know what to do on any of these. I've just, like, hold equally. What else is there? Same as Hex. Just we're all in the same camp out here. But, yeah, because everything's bonded to Pulse. Pulse going up, everybody wins. That's another thing out here. Here is Hex as well. I really hope, man, we just go back and we just do this straight V reversal up. And that was like the final one. Also, if we check this out, up to 10 cents, friends, it is 15x. So that'll be quite the move, actually. Look, I just know, friends, I've heard everyone wants to sell at 10 cents. All of you want to sell at 10 cents. I see he's in the public chat. I see he's on Twitter saying it. I've heard he's on stream. Just the number 10 cents is a round number. PulseChain testnet version 3, it hit 12 cents. So it was around 10 anyway. everything's around 10. Like just that number 10 cents, very, very common. So that might be that pit stop, which is 15x from here. I know that's still down 80% from the top, but they might be old season wave 1 or something. We'll see. See how it plays out. We also have eHEX out here. Same thing. It's literally the same thing. Check out the eHEX to pHEX ratio. Let's check it out here. Actually, yeah, it's still at 0.25. Because it's thinner liquidity, maybe we do go back up to 0.5. That is recovering the Richard Hart FUD. Okay, that is it right here. From the moment he said so. So I think we'll get there. You know, BankX fans, I think they're down to 198 million eHEX. Yeah, they used to have 880 million. So their supply has been dwindled. You know, with ICOSA and Hedron as well. Like we're waiting. Like when Hex is down 99%. You know, when the speed of your thing's down 99%, you're gonna have to wait. That's it. You have to wait for everything to cover. This is Inc, the greenest logo in crypto. Let's put it on a log chart out here. Let's put it on a weekly. It's a bit racist to even do that. Inc's a $1.20. The Inc pulse ratio, just you're pretty much Inc equals pulse. That's pretty much what you do. See, just like it's gone nowhere for just sideways. It's just gone sideways out here. People are wondering if the farms are going to come back up and stuff. Look, friends, look, man. I know. Listen, I know it's hard to see this, but I'm here 18 hours a day. I don't think it's a coincidence that Richard, no, whoever it is, I don't know who it is, the origin address stakes eHEX first to support the eHEX yield dumping price. Then they staked pHEX, the origin address, okay? Then the incentive Inc thing was cut. Then later it was revealed a video we sent of a Vietnamese kid dumping, and Richard does 33 tweets about pDAI saying, hey, stop getting exploited by this Vietnamese kid. Pull your liquidity. You should pull it. You see this series of events? January, February, March. Right? eHEX, pHEX, Inc. Everything. Do you think, oh, that's just crazy. That's weird. By the way, the Vietnamese kid's recording was in January. So it was happening. So that Vietnamese kid was happening during the OA movements of January this year. So I see all these events. I don't think they're random. Okay. Just like, friends, there are people out there. Okay. They genuinely think that Donald Trump's assassination was a random kid, went into Toys R Us, got a water pistol. He stumbled his way up a ladder. And he's like, oh, well, and he's just gonna aim a gun. Oh, wow, am I shooting at the former president? Right, on an open roof. People generally think that. Whereas all of us say, okay, they tried to basically destroy him in one media channel, then destroy him in all media channels. Then they tried to do, rape allegations. Then they tried the legal stuff. Then they tried not only legal stuff with females, legal stuff with like illegal, basically president stuff, right? Then they tried, remember they raided Mar-a-Lago, right? They raided all that. See, they kept escalating. Watching Alex Jones, Tucker Carlson, they're like, dude, this thing's really escalating. It's like it's all leading to one part. We're all watching it. They're escalating. They start from the lows. They try bang 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're trying to go all the way to the top. Okay, kept going on and on until eventually, did a bullet accidentally hit you in the head, scrape your ear? Almost end your life. You know what I mean? So if you're seeing that and you generally think, oh, total coincidence, dude, please just move. Just move, okay? You are beyond help. But hang around because if I ever become a dictator, I need people like you. Because you will propagate whatever Fugazi message I need to the population. And you'll get angry if they try to red pill you, okay? You are this. It's undeniable. Okay. You're a hotel cuck chair enjoyer. And you know what? There's a lot of hotel cuck chairs out there. But you actually enjoy sitting in that chair. Okay. And so these people, I guess they make society probably get smooth, right? They stay smooth because we can't have friction for everything, right? We can't. But it is what it is, okay? This is capital allocation. Not everybody can win. Because when you're joining a network effect, right? The earlier you are, the better. If you're joining and then you're leaving when other people are leaving and then the thing's not dead and then more people are going to join later on, you lose. It's literally a game of winners and losers. It is like that. So I don't think it's a coincidence, personally. You're allowed to. I personally don't think it's a coincidence. I don't think it's a coincidence that this thing goes down as Ethereum goes down, and then you have the eHEX staking, pHEX staking, ink yield farm removal, then Maria Fudd starts here, then Richard Hart does 33 tweets out here. I don't think they're coincidences, man. I personally don't think 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think they're coincidences. And now I don't think it's a coincidence that literally like freaking every single person sold the lows here and the liquidity's pooled. So even if you guys want to get back in, you actually all can't. Okay, you literally all can't get back in. It's literally mathematically impossible. And I think it's just factually true. If this goes back up and the pDAI supply goes down, what now? Oh wait, there was meant to be an infinite minting inflation bug. You know, it's kind of funny, friends. There are people. Okay, I saw this argument on Twitter, and they said they're so sure it's not gonna go back to 1 cent pDAI because it would make them angry at Richard Hart and Brett, the dev. Because like they feel entitled. Oh, they should have told him to get long. No, bro. Are you serious? Are you serious? Do you understand how easy it is for someone to say, I have now updated my worldview. It looks like this thing is slightly fixed. There you go. There you go. 2 seconds. Literally 2 seconds. And by the way, this is something interesting, okay? It already happened. Are you angry at Richard for the eHEX part? Are you angry? Because if you go back to March 13th, 2024, he declared eHEX to be dead. And then eHEX went up 950% against Pulse. Imagine you were back here. Friends, I'm sure some of you are thinking, they're like, no. eHEX can never go up. Some of you are pathetic. It can't go up because if it ever did go up, that would embarrass Richard. Is he embarrassed right now? He doesn't even know your name. Doesn't even care who you are, bro. We're just moving on. We're moving on. So play this thought experiment in your head, okay? Why don't you, this is what I invite people to do. Why don't you run this experiment in your head? How would you do a decentralized stablecoin knowing that the last guy who did a decentralized stablecoin, he's actually dead now? Run it forward. How would you actually do it? Okay? Assuming you care about your life. You don't want to die. How would you actually do it? Right? Would you just like randomly deploy a finished contract out here? Maybe. Maybe you would do that. Okay, but what about if your intention was to bring people over from Ethereum? What would you do? Make a coin and advertise to them? What about if there was a way to give them an airdrop of the coin? What if Hex did the same thing? Which it did, right? Bitcoin has got a free claim. You see? So once I connect these, I'm like, wait a minute. This is very simple. Someone has done this before, but you decide. Now, I do remember everybody's selling, friends. I've written here, right? Crypto enters the timeline. The crypto timeline on Twitter enters a state of cope as Bitcoin hits 85K because everyone sold the bottom, is short, and wants it to crash down to 65K. They do. So, look, man, it's okay. I'm just saying on the balance of probabilities, Bitcoin flipping red on the weekly super trend and confirming there. Yes, you don't have much odds there. You'd say it's funny. They're like, oh, I've got to take percentage chance, but yeah. But look when they decide to do it. That's the funny part. They're like, you know what? Now that you've crashed 25% and altcoins are down 55, 60%, 70%, 90%, now it's time for me to hedge. So, man, that's when people get smart at the wrong times, okay? They start thinking about the risks after the thing's down. Yes? And then they start thinking about how much upside they can make after the thing's up. What am I doing right now? Okay, you saw it here, friends. You saw it when Richard Hart said, stop buying pDAI. What was I doing? I was imagining, I go, wow, just imagine we recover in the future. Imagine Ethereum's back to 5K plus in like the next 12 months. Even from this point, friends, you know what's going to happen? If pDAI just gets to 1 cent again, I'm literally going to do this. I go, wow, we're up 1,500% since everyone said to stop buying it. I will do that. This is the Atropa This is the Atropa chart, friends. I think this is Atropa PLS. No, it's just Atropa out here. Let's look at Atropa PLS ratio. Let's put it on here. The log chart of Cope came all the way down 88%. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't know what's going on, man. I'm just like, I feel like it's orchestration, bro. I don't think these people just woke up one day and decided to cheat out. Because, dude, you held through everything, dude. You held through everything. You're the richest you've ever been. You've held through multiple cycles. You guys are multi-millionaires. Guys, the wallet that funded Maria's wallet had 100 million in it. And like, oh, now you want to sell $1 million worth? What? Friends, that's like you had a 100K portfolio and you're like, oh, I really want to dump this one coin to zero. Let me sell my $1,000 in it. It's 1%. Dude, you get 4 or 5% yield in something. That's like 1 to 2 months of just literally doing nothing. You know what I mean? So, I think there's Fugazi there. Can't prove it though. Friends, you got to notice, like, look, throughout this time, I know it looks stupid every single time. I don't care how I look. I don't care. Okay. Business ISM still low. I just don't think it's over. Okay. I know there's 50,000 things to say, hey, maybe dark prophecy, maybe this, maybe recession, maybe really is all over. The US Fed, Jay Powell's got a dildo up his butt, whatever. I don't care. Okay. I'm not getting out. I don't care. Okay. Send it to zero. It's a believer's cycle. Okay. My nipples remain pegged and it's a believer's cycle. It's a Moggers cycle. Okay. Sir Moggington from the Mog clan has reiterated to you that non-believers are getting mogged actively, and they are, man. Like, you all decide to get smart about hedging downside, what will go down to 80K, 75K. Interesting. One of these thumbnails is not like the others. Ranny Boo. I'm a scammer. Okay, now we know it's clickbait, but like, I'm a scammer. The crypto bear market is even worse than you think. Scammer. One of these is not like the others. Here we have Alex Lorenzo. Trump's tariffs moves won't save crypto or stocks. I think he sold the bottom, by the way. I remember, like, literally on the moment, on the day, I remember I was showing you my Telegram. You all remember? I was like, oh, wow, this guy's like, Lorenzo, Alex is like a turbo. I feel sorry a bit for him, but he's all right. But, like, he blocked me. He blocked me because right here at literally the bottom, you can go to Twitter, it's still there. He made a video, why I've sold crypto and I'm staying short because it's going to be one big capitulation. It was literally right here. And I tagged him and I go, bro, you shouldn't be doing this. I wasn't like a CUNT friends. I was like, hey man, like, you got to be careful, bro. You should be like buying longs. Like, everyone's already short. I'm trying to be rational. And then he's just like, nah, straight block. Don't like you. Which is okay. But you have to live with this, bro. Like, far out, man. Like, you just, when you sell and you leverage short here and then this happens. You know what I mean? And then he's like, look, God bless this, man. Look, I get it. It's a tough game. Who am I? Just this random dude on the internet. I don't want you to listen to me, by the way. I don't care. I don't care. If I was in your position, I want someone like me to appear out of nowhere. Yeah, I want someone to be like, hey, bro, I've got a nipple that's pegged here for you. Okay? I'm here to just show you, hey, there's another side to this. There is another side. Yeah. Like, you're looking at clouds raining all day. I was like, man, it's never going to rain. There's no point even me to shave or to like, to have a shower because it's never ever going to stop raining. I'll never need to go outside. And I'm the voice of reason and be like, you know what? There is another side to this, man. Like, you know, clouds that form, they can also dissipate. Right? That cloud on top of us, it's not going to be here forever, probably. You know? So you shouldn't always expect that you can just, you know, assume that it's always going to get worse. Shout out to my friend, Mr. Pulse.win. Morning, friends. The joy, remember this is related to pDAI. The joy is trending down to zero. I think that's, remember the joy, if the joy gets down to zero, right, the right number is like 270 million or something. If it trends down to zero, I think the auction phase starts. And then the auction is when what happens is make it down. Remember, there's a depth to fill. It's like 1 billion pDAI. Yeah. But to cover it, it has to mint a token. It can only mint one token, PulseChain Maker. And it puts it on an auction. To grab that precious PulseChain Maker, only one coin is accepted. Okay. D0F pDAI. Okay. D for dong. It's actually one D0F. So one is in, there's only one pDAI. D for dong. And then 0 for 0 amounts of soy and F for friendship. Yeah. So Richard Hart's JPEG DAI does not get accepted to get those precious Pulse Maker governance tokens. Matty Allen's pDAI is not accepted as well. So that's something interesting, isn't it? So if somebody wants to do a takeover, PulseChain Pioneer stuff, we'll see. And if they do grab it, the supply of pDAI will go down by 1 billion. So that might be the next phase, by the way. That might be the next narrative where I'm just speculating, where this thing is like a fast, like a 5 to 10x over the next few months, because the supply is back down, like it's 1 billion less. And then we got to go through that. And then like that'll be, they're not going to, by the way, not everyone's going to buy back in. Because like, here's the thing. When people thought Richard was behind everything, all right, publicly, and when you didn't even know about the supply stuff, the thing hit, look at the high, it hit 3.1 cents, right? So it's going to take a lot higher to get these people in. Maybe 10 cents, maybe. But even then, probably not. Probably if pDAI got to 5 or 10 cents, pretty much everyone in the ecosystem, I think that's done. Like you're never touching it at that point. It's everybody outside. Right? And because your first cycle unicorn, it's going to have absolutely no problem finding buyers for that, because the whole thing it gets so many new people in. Those thumbnails again, right, friends? One of them is not like the others. So here is your friend Sommi, but here we have Market Sniper. I love Francis. Francis is awesome, friend. Francis does lean on the side of bearish. Now, he's not always bearish. He can be bullish, okay? But your favorite, that's like kind of funny. In Twitter and YouTube, we always say our favorite influencer is bullish Francis, because he's so hardcore when it's bear. It's like it's all over. In terms of like, he gets the moves right. It's just the follow-on effect. He basically is always playing for the unraveling, if you know what I mean. It's always like, okay, now that these things are bad, but then it's always like, maybe inflation is high and then the gold's going to go up and the government has to do this and then we get seized and everything goes bad. But we never get to that level. It's always like, it doesn't get to like ultra red alert. It just gets a mildly pink alert and then it resets back down to white most of the time. So yeah, prepare, trifecta destruction. It could happen, and the great pump. Make crypto great again. So that's what it is. It's always like this, friend. It literally is always like this. Friend, you gotta remember as well. Okay, something to pay attention to actually for you. When you see someone, because I don't care what people say. I could not give a shit. You know me by now. I literally could not care what people say. Just for you, when you see people say, if they say about me, Sommi's too bullish, he doesn't switch. Okay, that person is trading and they're getting cucked trying to predict Bitcoin. Okay, just you don't have to give them too much weight. You don't. Why? Because these people, they heard what I'm about to say 30,000 times and their brain just like completely just ignored it. And I've said, you got one move to buy, one move to sell. You play the whole cycle. Go look at every single cycle of crypto. Who made the most money? People who bought in the bear, held through the bull, and just got out of euphoria. No buying and selling and flipping and rotating around. You just get in and you get out. You just wait for that big number, okay? That's literally it. It's funny because everyone knows that there's cycles that are appearing, but not everyone is playing for it again, okay? They're all playing for I've got to sell early before everyone and do all that other stuff. So we'll see what happens. I mean, they've already made their first big mistake. Okay, they have, haven't they? What was their first big mistake, friends? It was cheating out BTC. Yeah, that was their first big mistake. Cheating out BTC around here, believing that it's over and Trump's going to send it to recession. So, I guess we'll see how it plays out. What to expect? I'll remind you a few times as well. I've written off April, the month. I have written it off. Okay, I've used the 100-day offset just for our personal friendship, just in case we do get scammed down. You never know, maybe BTC goes to 89K, gets Kobe in for the bull trap, and then it comes back down to like 82 and scares everyone before it goes back up. Maybe. Just in case it does that, because, man, with 5 red monthly candles, I'm not here to give up. Good thing is, man, friends, check out. Look what happens next, by the way. Look at the money printing. That might be it. We might run into a green May, June, and July. That's awesome. 3 months. I wonder what happens after that point. Are you going to get out though? Well, if that's only 3 green, others BTC candles, I'm not getting out. But we'll see. We'll see how it plays out from here. A lot of unexpected things are probably coming around the corner. Like, subscribe, belly button, or you are my friend. Catch you soon.